What is up, guys? If you're running Facebook ads, you're trying to run Facebook ads for your own business, for your client's business, but they're just not going right, then in this video, I'm going to break down the 4 key crucial components that you need to get right and how to get them right to make your Facebook advertising campaigns work. Now, call me Santa, but today is going to be like a proper present for you because it's drastically going to change the way that you look at Facebook advertising, and it's going to help you catapult and smash those results and make more money through your Facebook advertising campaign. Super excited for this one. Happy Christmas. It's nearly Christmas. James Hopkins here. Make sure you hit subscribe, make sure you hit like, drop me a comment, get involved in the discussions below. Please do ask any questions that you've got. We're going to dive into this super awesome 4 crucial components of running a highly profitable, successful Facebook advertising campaign. Let's get started. Okay guys, so we're going to dive in and talk about Facebook ads. We're going to talk about the 4 crucial components to running a highly profitable, successful Facebook advertising campaign for your own business or even for your client's business if you're running it as a service. The 4 steps that I'm going to take you through are all absolutely pivotal and crucial that you adhere to each one if you want your Facebook advertising to be profitable. So we're going to dive in. The very first one is the actual offer of your ad. So now this is a mistake that I see time and time again, and that is that people treat Facebook like a marketplace. They treat it like a place where you can just shove something in front of somebody's face and they're going to buy it, whereas in fact it doesn't actually work quite like that. So you have to think about Facebook as, you know, a little bit like a coffee shop. People are there to socialize. They're there to read things about their friends. They're there to, you know, have chats with their friends and see what they're up to and see what they're doing. And they're there because they're bored, right? That's what social media really is. It's for entertainment. So when people are scrolling through their Facebook feed, if they come across an advert that just says from a completely random business that they've never heard of before, they have no relationship, no trust, no rapport, no nothing, and they just come across an advert for something that they're not even looking for that says, hey, buy my thing. Buy this, buy that. It doesn't work like that. People are not going to want to buy or even pay any attention to an advert from a random business trying to sell them something that they don't even necessarily want or need. Right? So what we have to do is, number one, we have to get the offer. What is the advert actually offering to the prospect, to the audience, to actually capture their attention, right? Why should this random person who we've just popped up in their newsfeed, why should this random person even stop scrolling and engage with this random business selling something that they don't even necessarily want or need? We cannot straight sell the vast majority of products and services for most companies effectively and profitably with paid Facebook ads. Now you can, of course, in some contexts, but when you're starting out, when you're running ads for local businesses and particularly service-based businesses, we really need to leverage the value ladder, right? And you may well have seen some of my videos before. I'm not going to go hugely into detail about what the value ladder is, but if it's a new concept to you, just very quickly in a nutshell, it's where a business gives something away for free, right? To get a customer or get a prospect, get a lead, get the interest of somebody interested in their business. And then once they've given them that free thing, it could be any number of any weird and wonderful lead magnets, something that we can give away for free to provide value to the prospect, to enable them to engage with our business, learn about us, build some likability, trust, and credibility with this prospect before we then sell them something on the next step of the value ladder. And this might be, you know, I don't know, a $100 offer, a £100 offer, and then beyond that, we're going to get some of those people sign up for a $500 or pound offer. And beyond that, we're going to get even more people, or some of those people, sorry, sign up for something that might be $2,000, right? So the important point and concept is that you need to understand that you cannot run a Facebook ad trying to sell something, or even here, to try and sell something to a list, an audience of people on Facebook, because that's what they are when you're targeting them on Facebook. You cannot sell them high value products and services Because they don't even know who you are. They don't even know. A lot of them don't even know that they need your help and your service. You're just a random ad that's popped up in their Facebook newsfeed. So, number one is the offer. The offer of the ad. What is the ad actually offering to do? And that offer needs to be free, needs to be compelling. If not free, very low expense, a few dollars or so. We call those a tripwire offer. So people actually buy something very low value, they experience the value of it, and therefore they then buy more and more and more stuff from that particular person or business. So the first, and arguably in my opinion, the most crucial part of your Facebook advertising strategy and campaigns is the offer, right? It's what is that advert actually offering to the market? And if it doesn't follow the value ladder principle and you go straight into trying to straight sell with a Facebook ad, any of these things, unless you're an absolute miraculous copywriter, then these things are just not going to work. So the very first and most important thing is that you need to get the offer of the Facebook ad right. Okay, so once we've got the offer and the positioning of that offer nailed down, it's now time to actually look at the physical ad, right? The components of the physical ad that are going to make or break whether or not this advertising campaign is actually works and is profitable for you or your business. The second part, the second crucial component of running a profitable Facebook advertising campaign is arguably the image of the ad after spending literally hundreds of thousands of dollars on the Facebook advertising platform is arguably the visual part, is arguably the image. Why? Because remember, people are in that kind of coffee shop social state, scrolling through their newsfeed. They've got photos of their family, they've got photos of their friends, they've got they've got statuses and posts and everything coming at them, video content and everything. They're busy. There's a lot of noise, right? And the very first thing that's going to capture the attention of somebody scrolling through their newsfeed to get them to stop and listen is the image. Is the image bright, or even, video, depending how good you are at copywriting, how good you are at advertising. Video also may be an option, but we'll call this the creative, right? We're going to refer to it as an image for now, but your image, the creative of the ad, needs to stop somebody from scrolling in their newsfeed and capture their attention. Now, you only have an absolute split second to do that. Think about how fast somebody's thumbs go when they're scrolling through their phone, right? We need to capture the attention with a bright, colorful, authentic image. Now, I've tested a lot of stock photos versus authentic images with much lesser quality, and guess which ones win? Shock horror, spoiler alert. Often the lower quality authentic images win nearly every single time. I don't know why that is. I could only hazard a guess as to it's probably because it just comes across as more genuine, real and authentic, whereas stock videos and stock footage just comes across as, like some business is pulling something together to try and create a feeling or something like that. I don't know. That's just my take on it. But arguably the second most important part of your Facebook advertising strategy is your image or your video, the creative that you're using in that ad, because there's no point having fantastic copy, fantastic headlines, fantastic landing pages, fantastic offers, if you can't get people to actually stop scrolling in Facebook and read the advert and capture their attention in the first place. So number two is the image and the video, the creative that is being used in that advert. Number 2, 3, and arguably even number 1 are completely irrelevant because nobody is going to actually look at and see them if this thing doesn't do its job and get people to actually stop scrolling in their newsfeed. And the next one, number 3, is the copy of the advert, the actual writing. What does that text, what does the headline actually say? What does the text actually say in the advert? So we're just going to call it copy because I'm including both the headline and the written copy as part of this number 3. Now, arguably, yes, they're different and they both play a different job. And the first thing that people are typically going to see in the advert is going to be the image. Once the image stops them scrolling, they're then typically going to look at the headline of the ad, right? So we're going to break these down. We'll call it body copy. Right, two different parts. So the headline essentially needs to, once we've captured the attention, somebody's attention with an image, we're essentially then going to get them to read the headline. The headline now needs to, in a nutshell, provoke some curiosity from the reader to read and engage with the body of the ad, but it also clearly needs to give across the message of what this advert is actually about. Right? It needs to be clear, needs to be concise within a sentence. What is this advert about? What is the benefit to me of reading this advert, and what essentially am I going to get out of it as the consumer? That's what you need to be asking yourself when it comes to writing killer headlines for your Facebook ads. That could actually be quite a good video, so I'll probably check the description. I'll probably be making a video on that very, very soon. Now, the headline, we've given you a little bit of background on the headline, what it is, what it does, and how it needs to read. Now, what happens with the actual body copy? Now, the body, what does the body copy, the body of text, the block of text that you see above the image in a Facebook ad, how does that need to look and how does it need to be written? Well, essentially the goal and the idea of the body is to, through the written word, sell the offer of the advert. And this is a massive mistake that I see all the time. People try to write their headlines and bodies and the copy ultimately of their advert, and even just a whole advertising campaign, to try and sell the entirety of the business, to try and sell the entirety of the service that this business provides, when that's not the goal of the Facebook ad at all, and that's not the goal of the headline and the body, or even the offer. What the goal of the headline and the body is in Facebook ads is to sell the offer only. It's not to sell the main products and services and features that a company might have. It's to get people to take the next action, to click a link, to visit the next page, the next part of the ad, to ultimately convince them or encourage them or educate them on why they will benefit from signing up for the offer in this Facebook ad. Now, let me give you an example. Again, we'll just go back to PTs, just straight off the tongue. People often try to use the headline and the body to really sell why somebody needs a personal trainer. And although that's relevant and can work and can be useful, what the goal of the headline and the body and the ad really needs to do is sell the offer that is on the table, as opposed to selling too much all the products and services and features that this company and this business actually has. Yes, it needs to sell why somebody needs to change, why somebody needs a personal trainer, but it doesn't need to sell the hourly packages that go on beyond the initial free offer, right? So you need to make sure that you're keeping the copy, the headline and body of your ad, you're keeping it relevant and forefront to only sell, to educate on the pains and the problems, to educate on the goals and desires that people want out of the other side of it, to ultimately make this offer, make the offer of the advert compelling and appealing for somebody to want it. Now, once somebody actually wants the offer after reading the headline and the body, after the image has actually stopped them scrolling in their newsfeed, we now need them to take another step. And this is going to lead us on to component number 4. And the fourth and final crucial component that I'm going to cover in this video of running a highly profitable Facebook advertising campaign for your own or even your clients' businesses is having a suitable, relevant landing page designed and written purposefully, custom written and designed for this particular offer in this particular Facebook ad. Now, again, one of the biggest problems, biggest mistakes that I see from lesser experienced advertisers is they try to send Facebook traffic, people from Facebook who have seen the ad, click on the ad, they try to send them to a website, a generic page, a page somewhere that isn't purpose built to again sell the offer in the ad, right? The ad is just a process of selling this, selling the thing that the ad is actually giving away. Everything else is irrelevant. Now, the reason why we need to send them to a landing page is a landing page is custom built, custom written to convince somebody to sign up for the offer of the ad. Now, a website is not designed and not written and not custom made for this particular ad campaign that we're running. So if we're doing all of these things right, where we've got a killer offer, we've got a great image and video, we've got great copy, headline and body, but then we send them to the wrong place, or we send them to a website or a web page that isn't designed as it needs to be and isn't structured as it needs to be and isn't written as it needs to be to convince somebody to buy this, we've just wasted all of our hard work, because we're then just going to send them to a random page on their website. And this person's going to land on that page, they're going to read a couple of things, they're going to go, I have no idea where I am or why this is relevant to what I originally clicked on, and they're going to bail, they're going to leave. That's then wasted ad spend, that's then wasted eyes onto something that's not going to help that business actually acquire a new customer. That prospect is then going to go, you know, don't know where we are here, I wanted the offer, now I'm on a random page talking about, you know, the hourly charges and the products and services that this company offer. That's not where they want to go. People want to get this thing here. Remember, if all of this is selling this, and this, your landing page, doesn't take somebody, doesn't convey the same theme, doesn't convey the same message, they're going to be confused as hell and they're just going to leave, right? So, sending people to a suitable, relevant, custom-made landing page that again sells the offer and not the business and not the additional services that are going to come later in that business. This is the fourth crucial component to running a highly profitable Facebook advertising campaign. Now, the fifth and final component, yes, there are 5, I may have said 4 before, but I'm going to give you a bonus one, right? Because this one is really, really, really important. Because again, without number 5, all of the rest of them don't matter. Now, number 5 is targeting. And what I mean by targeting is getting the right offer with the right image, with the right copy and headline, going to the right landing page in front of the right people who are likely to be interested or who actually want to see that kind of advert from that kind of business with that kind of offer. Now, all of this is why I wanted to add this one in as a bonus. Now, all of these things, if number 5, if we're not getting the right message, the right offer, the right advert in front of the right person at the right time, then none of this stuff matters, because we'd be showing an advert that's designed for one type of person to a different type of person, and that other type of person isn't going to resonate with everything that we've based our advertising campaign, our copy, the offer, etc. on, because all of that's going to be based on market research, of course. Now, so number 5, you know, the best thing about Facebook advertising is their knowledge on their user database, and how that as an advertiser, you can use what Facebook knows about their users. You know, literally what, close to 2 billion users. Facebook knows a lot about you and a lot about everybody else who's on the platform. Every button you've clicked, every page you've liked, every comment you've left, like literally anything you've ever engaged with is stored and recorded by Facebook, and it's used by advertisers to show you relevant adverts that you are actually going to want to, or are much more likely to want to engage with. And that's really the kind of secret, the kind of key that makes Facebook advertising very, very effective and profitable if you know how to do it in the right way. So number 5 is making sure that you've got the right offer, the right image, the right copy, the right landing page in front of the right prospect, right? Get all of this right and get this wrong, then we're showing the right thing to the wrong person. It's not going to work. We're going to spend more money on the advert than it's actually going to make us. So number 5 is targeting. It's getting the advert in front of the right person. So there you have it. With all of these 5 steps, if you get all of these right, your Facebook ads are going to convert, they're going to crush it, they're going to make a lot more money than you actually spend on them. If you want help doing any of these parts, feel free to reach out, drop me a comment below, ask me any questions. Make sure you obviously smash the like button, subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to be making more videos on all of these topics in a lot more detail on how you can actually apply these and do these successfully in your own business to make more money with Facebook advertising. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll see you on the next one.